Good morning. Guess what day it is? Yep, I've got your questions in my hot little hand, and we are getting started. So come on in. Hopefully we're going to flip a switch today where you can understand what's going on and how the Fly Lady system works. Get on in here. We have the switches. We have me, which I'm bossy, as my granny used to say. There's my sister Patty. Today is her sweet husband's birthday. Happy birthday to Phil. Y'all get on in here. What's in my blue cheese dressing? It's olive oil and blue cheese and a little bit of balsamic vinegar and some garlic, and Leanne makes some good stuff, I'm telling you. What I have come to realize is that any store-bought dressings have inferior ingredients. Inferior ingredients. And with that, I will no longer eat dressings in a restaurant. I will take my own. When I go to dinner with the olive oil guy, TJ, he brings his own olive oil because everybody else's olive oil is inferior to his, and I agree with that. So I'm going to be taking my own olive oil, my own dressing. I have little Tupperware, little 1 ounce containers. I have little Ziploc bags that hold about a tablespoon of dressing. That's really all you need. And if I don't have the dressing and I'm at a salad bar, I'll put some blue cheese crumbles on my salad. So you don't need a lot of dressing if you put some good veggies on there. Or a scoop of guacamole if you're at a Mexican restaurant. So folks, I am learning lots. Yesterday I had my lowest blood sugar consistently throughout the day. I'm doing intermittent fasting. It is changing my life. I'm just blown away. Yesterday, my blood sugar numbers were all below 110. Yeah, well, last night at midnight, it was 115. So I'm all within a normal range. And my ketone levels were 2.5, 2.8, 3 points for the last 2 days. And I noticed today a correlation. When I drink my hot melt mix, which is from Leanne, I use a teaspoon in my water. I have a big glass of water. I use a teaspoon in my water and a package of Calm, which is a magnesium. I put that in my water first thing in the morning. I drink that during the day. My blood sugars stay level. Now, I don't know if it has to do with my fasting. I've asked Leanne to sort of figure it out for me, and she will. She will, because I've got the numbers to prove it. I have got the numbers to prove it when it happens. My blood sugar numbers, they're coming down. They're coming down like crazy. And I believe my doctor is going to be so impressed. So impressed. Okay, folks. Enough about me. Keep Benjamin in your prayers. He is having some severe gallbladder pains. He had an ultrasound done yesterday. They found he had no blockage in what's left of his intestinal tract, but he has severe spasms in his gallbladder. So I hope he got easy last night. He was hurting. He was hurting last night, and that's what sent him to the hospital. So I'm thankful for this gallbladder. But maybe that gallbladder is going to help him get out of prison too. Because he's been approved for parole. It's got to go back to the parole board because it was to go to a halfway house. And there's not a single halfway house in the state of Tennessee that will take him. So we've got to get him released to an individual home. And he has someone who wants him to come and be in her home. And I am so thankful for Miss Sharon. So folks, please keep Ben in your prayers, and Sharon and Melissa and all Ben's family. because we're just, yeah, there's stones. Yes, there's the whole gallbladder full of stones. Okay, I got your questions. Got your questions. And we're going to get started. But first, don't forget about our Rubber Scrubber BOGO. Put one in your cart and we'll send you another one for free. Get your calendars. Leanne is using our mini calendar. If I can get to it, because I've got a pile going. This calendar and our Leanne is using the mini calendar for charting her health stuff. So she's been having ketone envy, and we don't compare ourselves to each other, but we give the stats every morning. We log in and we tell each other what's going on, and that gives us a plan for the day. We're both down. She's down a half a pound, which she is so excited. She's so excited that she's down a half a pound, but I think it's because she got her thyroid medicine changed. And I am so thankful for that, because she's been a little frustrated, but you know, we're looking at the numbers, we're doing everything right, so eventually it's got to kick in, and the melting has begun with me, and so far yesterday with her. And we had the most amazing dinner last night, the most amazing dinner. They cooked a roast in the oven, and it was like a prime rib, and I had a little piece about like this. We had roasted cauliflower that was to die for. I didn't think I could crave cauliflower, but I want that again. We had a mixed green salad, but she took a little sliver of blue cheese and grated it on the salad along with some red onion. It was good. And what else? Oh, we had a horseradish sauce to go with our with our beef. And avocado on the table. So she and I were happy campers last night. And the guys played chess, and we cleaned the kitchen and had a good time, and it was fun. And then we played Heads Up. So folks, we've got a half price sale on the multi-wands. These keep you from climbing, especially when you put it on our handle for our mop. Helps get all the stuff off your ceiling fans, because it bends and does wonderful things. It can get in corners. You never have to climb again. And here's the best one. Pink rags. Mini pink rags. They're on a BOGO. Put one in your cart. We'll send you two. And that way you got some Christmas presents. Getting a head start on that Christmas stuff. So let's get it done. Let's get those Christmas presents. Start making download your your holiday control journal. And we call it the holiday, not because we don't say Christmas, but because we have lots of holidays. We have Thanksgiving. We have Christmas. We have New Year's. And there are probably some other holidays that fall in there. If you're Jewish, I think Yom Kippur happened this week. Start of a new year for you. So there's a lot of holidays going on this time of year. And we just need to get a jump start on them and make our day. Just a little planning today is going to help you in the future. So get your red office in a bag. Stick it with your cookbook so nobody know to look in here. And you'll have a place to keep your holiday planning, and it'll be fun. Okay, first question. I don't think I rubbed my blush in. I am self-diagnosed ADD. How do I really keep my home clean when I'm distracted? Well, be thankful for your ADD. ADD keeps us moving. I'm telling you. I am thankful for mine. Now, Robert's not so thankful when I change the subject right in mid-sentence to tell him something. But I'm not interrupting him, I'm interrupting myself. But if you make it fun, it'll get done. And you can utilize your you can utilize your ADD to your advantage. This is fun. The 2 minute doing 2 minutes to get your house in order, doing weekly home blessing 2 minutes at a time. We can't handle 10 minutes at a time. We need something fast and furious. And just think about it. Do it and not have to worry. Now, another thing I like to do is called a reverse scavenger hunt. This is a fun way to let your ADD be a game. So, go to your kitchen, pick up one thing that doesn't belong there. Maybe it belongs in your basement or in your bedroom or in your bathroom, for heaven's sake, and go put it where it belongs. Then while you're in there, find something else that doesn't belong there and go someplace else. And then just follow the yellow brick road of you putting things away. That's a fun way to utilize your ADD. Now, quit saying I am when it comes to diseases, because you're not. You're not. You are not your disease. You are not your disease. Your disease is something you just have to work around. You just have to work around. Use your timer to help you become more focused. That's what a timer is for. It helps you stay focused for 2 minutes. And you know what helps me more than anything? A wonderful cup of kick butt coffee in the morning. Because caffeine will do that for us. Caffeine will help us to stay focused. It really will. And it's a simple way to get, your mind going. I love my coffee in the morning. My mind's just going, wow, I can do this, this, and this, and then I get to get up and go do something else, and I have my timer going 15 minutes at a time, and I just change from one thing to the next. And most entrepreneurs in the country, think about it, most of the top CEOs in the country are blessed with attention deficit. I know our president is. He is a poster child for it. But I can't diagnose him. But I know how he goes from one subject to the next to the next. And it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Utilize what's going on with us. If you can't stand for 5 minutes, then just do a minute. Just do a minute. Okay. So use your timer to keep from getting distracted. And we've all got timers. We got them on our phones. If you've bought it, this is one of the best timers you're ever going to buy, because it has survived being left outside. This one is probably one of the originals. And I don't think I've even changed the battery in it. Okay. How do I include my kids with the zone cleaning or the weekly home blessing? We homeschool. Well, your kids need to be a part of getting up and getting dressed every day, and then you may need to walk around the house to get back into the house to start your homeschool, because you need a delineation between home and school so that it makes it feel like they're doing something different. Leanne used to homeschool, and Peter would run around the house. Sometimes she had him do that between homework assignments, but it's to help get rid of the excess energy. And boys need exercise. Boys need a lot of exercise. And girls do too. My granddaughter is playing volleyball. She loves it, and they haven't lost a game yet. So, and she's homeschooled. So how do I include zone cleaning? So this week we're in our kitchen. Little kids, young children, they love to mop the floor. Now let me tell you how you can get them to mop the floor. Put them in their bathing suits. Put some shaving cream or make some foam out of baby shampoo and put it on the floor and let them wipe it on the floor, and then put a little water and let them slip and slide. And they can get under the baseboards. You can make a game out of it. Let them clean under the baseboard. Throw them some dish towels, old dish towels or old towels, and they can slip and slide and have the best time, and you'll have the cleanest floor you've ever seen. And they would have cleaned under the baseboard, all of it. And then all you got to do is wipe it all up with another towel. Boy, this is fun stuff. Another thing, when you're doing weekly home blessing, they can do weekly home blessing the same thing you're doing in their room. Now think about it. If it's time to dust, they can go dust their room. If they've got a multi-wand or a feather duster, they can dust their room. You can take all the weekly home blessings and put them in a little dish, and they can draw one out, and they can go do that in their room. So you do it in the rest of the house, and they do the missions. They do the weekly home blessings in their room, and it makes it a game. Liz does this with Mikey in his room. She makes cards out, and he puts his shoes away. He puts his books away. He makes his bed. You can have the kids strip their beds, even if they're not old enough to put the sheets back on the bed. They can try to do it, and you can help them a little, but that's how you teach them how to make a bed. My daddy taught me how to make hospital corners when I was 10 years old, y'all. 10 years old. And it has stayed with me, and it's the thing I remember every time I make my bed. Every time I make my bed. So, you can do this. You can involve the children in things. And Tammy, when she was homeschooling 6 kids, she made weekly home blessing part of their school curriculum, because they had to clean out their books and their papers and stuff, and they did the house. Each kid had a bathroom. No, they didn't have 6 bathrooms, but I think they had 3, and they would get a lot of things done as part of their school curriculum. So you can do this too. Any suggestions on where to keep suitcases? Okay, folks. If you have little kids in the room right now, I think you need to go redirect them somewhere, because I'm going to give you a secret. I am going to give you a secret. So send the little kids out to do something else. Go to their room to pick up some toys or something. Because here's why. You ready? If you need to hide presents for Christmas, put them in your suitcases that you're not using. And where do you keep those suitcases? You can keep them under a stairwell. You can keep them in your attic. You can keep them under a bed somewhere. You can keep them in the back of your closet. You can do there's a lot of places you can hide suitcases. And I buy suitcases that fit into each other so they don't take up a lot of room. But if you want to hide presents, it's a good place to hide presents. It really is. I keep them under my stairwell in the basement, and I wrap them in a garbage bag, because my husband is sawing and making lots of dust down there, because his workshop's down there. So I put them in a trash bag, so they're always good. I have one suitcase that I keep upstairs that is my to-go suitcase. It's ready to go at all times with my toiletries and a change of clothes. So I can just leave. Right now I'm packed, ready to go. Pick up Ben. Ready to go. And he can call and say, Aunt Marla, they're letting me out. Come get me. So I'm ready. And I can be there in about 3 hours. Or Patty can be there in about an hour and a half, and she can get him. Yeah, she can pick him up faster than anybody. And I could meet them in Knoxville, and we would be good to go. Good to go. Okay. I'm excited for the holidays. Aren't we all? Ben has been in prison for the last 4.5 years, so it's going to be fun that he's going to be out. I'm excited for the holiday missions, but I really don't know what it's all about. Are there any things I should get together now to be prepared for October 21st? Well, like I said earlier, get an office in a bag. Get a zippered cover. Put a notebook in it. Print out your holiday control journal. Somebody will put a link in here for your holiday control journal. And this is your guide to getting through the holidays. It asks you a lot of questions. Are you planning on spending Thanksgiving at home, or are you traveling? It's all about getting your car ready to go and doing things to be on, right there, Johnny on the spot, ready to go when you need to go. So these things are it's self-explanatory, but we're going to give you these holiday missions, and we have a basic weekly plan to our missions, and that we're pretending like we're going on a cruise December 1st, and we have to get everything done before we leave on this beautiful cruise. And that's why we call it cruising through the holidays. Cruising through the holidays is all about being prepared so we can have fun through the whole month of December and not be stressed out. Our goal is to be totally done with everything by the day after Thanksgiving. Yep, the day after Thanksgiving. We're going to give you tips and tricks, and we're going to talk about it every day. We're going to discuss all the wonderful things that we need to do. We're going to clean out our holiday decorations because we've got way too many and we need to declutter, which is another. I did this 2 years ago. I got rid of a lot of holiday decorations. I have 2 boxes of ornaments, one for a little tree and one for a big tree. What's on my thumb? Before the show started, I changed the ink. I put a new ink cartridge in my printer. Now, I'd already printed out the questions, so I just had like 3 minutes, and I changed out my black ink cartridge, and yep, I got ink on my thumb, and I didn't even realize it. Anyway, we're all good. It's all good. I'll wash it later. It may take 2 days to wear off. Who knows? But the holiday missions are fun. So we have a basic weekly plan. Monday, we clean and fling. So we do our weekly home blessing, and then we get rid of some stuff. We get rid of stuff because we need to make room for the new stuff coming in. Yeah, I forgot about Halloween through all of this. Or some people just celebrate All Saints Day, which is a wonderful way to do it too. Because Halloween was established Halloween in the Druid times was about scaring evil spirits away. So they put on these masks and stuff. And you can have fun with it. If you don't want to celebrate Halloween, then just have a masquerade party. And everybody put on costumes and have fun. But there's Halloween, there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's Kwanzaa in Africa, there's New Year's Eve, there's New Year's Day, there's football, there's all kinds of fun stuff. So we can have a good time. And congratulations to my St. Louis Cardinals. They will be playing for the National League Championship, and they really, I like the Braves too, but they really did a good job yesterday, scoring 10 runs in the first inning. So we always like the Cardinals. Justin and I are big Cardinals fans. So suitcase, there was a duck, y'all. There was a duck. I just threw the Cardinals in here. Store in your suitcase, but you can use them as a place. And you write this in your control journal where you're going to keep your stuff. Now, download your holiday control journal, print it out, put it in your notebook, poke holes in it, and put it in your notebook in your red office in a bag. Or if you want to be camouflage, just get a black one or a blue one. But we got all 4 colors now. Get them while we have them because they will go fast. And we use a red one also for your emergency control journal. So all you got to do to prepare is get it printed out and be ready to go. And know where all your holiday decorations, kind of round them up and know where they are. And all we have duck, duck, cardinal. uh, anyway, so we can have some fun with him. Any tips for being pregnant and having a toddler? When the toddler sleeps, you need to sleep. Yep, you need to rest. You need all the rest you can get because you're worn out. Your body is making a new life, and you have got to listen to your body. Pace yourself. Let your toddler help you along the way. If you're taking laundry to the washing machine, drop a few socks along the way and let them pick them up and be part of it. Let them feel like they're helping mommy. And you're going to have a lot of fun with this toddler when the new baby comes along. He or she's going to be a great big help. So you just have to rest when they rest and just move a little. That's going to help the swelling in your legs and feet. And drink lots of water. Yeah, you need to drink a lot of water. You don't want to get into some postpartum preeclampsia. So you've got to, you just don't want to go there. So drink your water, listen to your doctor, and do what you need to do to get plenty of rest. It didn't print on the back, y'all. Thank you. Okay, I love the Sprint salad dressing, but is there an easy way to wash the oil from the salad bowl? Well, if you're using a wooden salad bowl, the oil helps to keep the wooden salad bowl, I don't know what the term is, but protected. Now, at Leanne's house, we put a little hot soapy water in the bowl and swish it around real quick and rinse it, and then she wipes it out. It's like having an iron skillet. You don't want to take all the seasoning off the bowl, but you just need to rinse it out, and it's all good. And it is wonderful. Now, if you don't have a wooden salad bowl, you just stick it in the dishwasher or put it in a sink full of hot soapy water. Last night, we had so much fun doing dishes. We get them all stacked up, and then I take all the silverware and put it in the hot soapy water, and then I start putting the dishes in. And by the time I get all the dishes out of the hot soapy water, they pretty much wash themselves. I stick them in the dishwasher, and Leanne's wiping down things, stove, countertops and stuff. I've got my hands into wonderful hot soapy water. I'm getting a manicure while I'm washing dishes, and it's amazing. And we have fun, we talk, we load the dishwasher just like each other would do. And if you're not cleaning up your kitchen and starting with a sink full of hot soapy water, you're missing out on a manicure. And it is wonderful. And it was cool last night. They had a stove going. They had a fire going in their little wood stove, and it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So you can have fun in the kitchen, especially if you're with your best friend and you're enjoying each other's company and having a good time. Okay. Moving into my first new home. Congratulations. Tips or tricks on starting out organized and in order. How to handle organizing each room with tons of moving boxes. Well, the main thing I would do is stage the boxes. We just went through this with Leanne moving in July. Stage the boxes in the room where they belong. And if you pack things up, you didn't pack clutter, and you've labeled the boxes that this is the master bedroom box, This is the kitchen box. I mean, Leanne and I staged her kitchen boxes, which she had a ton. Her kitchen, and she decluttered too. We staged her kitchen boxes in her pantry and her laundry room, and we put them up against underneath these shelves, and it was just wonderful because she could pull one out and not clutter up her kitchen, deal with putting things away. If there was more stuff that needed to be decluttered in the process, she did that. And before she knew it, in about a week's time of working pretty solidly, she had every room organized. And you just have to feel for it, know where things go. Her spices needed to be by her stove, so she has a big drawer full of spices right there. She's got her utensils for in a crock sitting on her counter that she uses on her stove all the time. I have the same thing. She has her silverware drawer, pretty handy to where you're going to set the table. She has a big pull-out pantry and another pantry in her laundry room. So she has two big pantries, and she just got it done, and you just have to be consistent at unpacking one box at a time and putting things where you think they're going to go. Now, don't get caught up in perfectionism, because your perfectionism will ruin this whole process, because you'll think, well, this really isn't the right spot. Well, guess what? It's the right spot for now. And when we're in the kitchen zone, you can rearrange things. But don't get all bent out of shape because it's not the right spot just yet. And you think there's a better place. Whenever you think there's something better, that's perfectionism. So let go of that and just start putting things away. You can try to put like things together. So if it's all canned goods, put them in one area and you can organize them later. Define family. I don't have one. Most passed away. Well, the Bible teaches us that when we get married, we're supposed to leave our family of origin and cleave to our husband or our wife. And we see this in the animal kingdom too. When male lions are in the pride, when they get to be about a year or 2 years old, they're forced out and they have to go find their own family. And then with bears, it's the same way. It's the same way. And when you realize that you can create your own family, it doesn't have to be the people you were born with. It doesn't have to be those folks. We have the ability to make the home that we want, that we really love. We have that ability. And my mother loved Christmas. Because of her Christmas banshee mode, I didn't like Christmas for a lot of years. I didn't like it at all. I went through the motions of doing Christmas, but I procrastinated and I made it crazy for my family. But I don't have to do that anymore because my mother's not around. She passed away 20 years ago, and this is my family. I am with the people I want to be with in my family. I have relationships with my sisters. They're my family. I have a relationship with Ben. He's my family. We can choose our own family. Leanne sent Ben a letter last week, and he got it day before yesterday and said, "I'm your new Auntie Leanne." And he was just so excited. He has a new aunt. He may have lost his mother named Leanne, but now he's got an Aunt Leanne. So we can define our own family. It can be a best friend. Leanne and I are having dinner every Wednesday night. We have fun together. Our husbands play ping pong and they play chess and they have a great time together. And then we play a game as the four of us. And we laugh our heads off, and we have fun. Families are about nurturing each other, loving each other, lifting each other up. And they may not be your family of origin, but they're who you choose. So we have a play date once a week. Leanne and I get to play, and the guys get to play. And when they go down the basement, we have the best time. Okay. My house seems like it will never get clean. How do I keep from getting overwhelmed? You're looking at the whole house. That's your perfectionism. Guess what? Your house did not get dirty in a day. Even though you have toddlers, whatever, it did not get cluttered up in a day. It was a little bit every time the mail came in. It was a little bit every time you went to town or you went yard selling. Yeah, that was a verb. You know the term. I used to yard sale and I'd make a map of where I was going to go first. We don't have to do that. When you get rid of your clutter and you're going to focus on one, that's why we do zones. So when you're looking at the whole house and getting the whole house clean at one time, you need an army of people to come in and do that. And none of us have that army. None of us have an army. Do you hear me? None of us have it. So the clutter has to go away a little bit at a time, just like we brought it in. My body clutter is going away. 4/10 of a pound, a half a pound. It's going away a little bit every day. A little bit every day. I didn't gain it all at one time, and I'm not going to lose it all at one time. But I've got a pattern going on. It's consistency, and that consistency is making it happen. It really is. It's my body clutter is going away. My clutter in the house is going away, but I still have to address it a lot. Just like we go back to the hot melt sprint every zone 2, we have to do that. We have to focus on getting rid of clutter in whatever we're doing. Right now we're dealing with our paper clutter, using our timer to get rid of 6 inches of paper clutter at a time. We can do this. Consistency is the key. We just have to do a little bit every day. And we're never going to be finished decluttering our homes. We're going to keep finding another layer and another layer and another layer of stuff to eliminate from our surroundings. So set your timer. Don't look at the big picture. There's a quote on my wall that says, you don't have to see the top of the staircase to take the first step. Quit thinking about the whole program, whole Fly Lady system, and just focus on go shine your sink. Go shine your sink. You can do it. You can do this. It starts with a shiny sink. It ends, eventually, you deal with layers of clutter in your car, layers of clutter on your body, layers of clutter in your closet, layers of clutter everywhere. It's peeling that onion. And it's also dealing with stuff going on up here. Why you hold on to this stuff. Why you can't let it go. So you're going to have a fun time through this process, because we're going to break it down into zones for you. We're going to focus right now. We're focusing on the kitchen, getting our kitchen ready to do some holiday cooking. Yum. Leanne, I want us to do a keto Thanksgiving menu. So we got to come up with a Thanksgiving menu that's keto. And I think there might be some Brussels sprouts in that. Okay. My biggest challenge is high ceilings. How do I dust that? It says night, but I think it's right. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. And you can't tell anybody, okay? This is our secret. I'm going to whisper. My sister Patty came up with a wonderful idea to dust high ceilings. She had 24-foot ceilings in her other house. She has really high ceilings in the house she's in right now. You want to know what she did? She got her leaf blower. And she took her leaf blower into the house and she blew it up to the ceiling. And it got rid of the dust bunnies and stuff that were on some stuffed animal heads of her sons in her living room. And it was amazing. Now, I have another. Let me get up a second. Maybe I can reach it. Hey, I got my handy dandy. Let me get it right here. This will reach a lot when it's fully extended. Let me put my back scratcher where it belongs because it's my reaching toy. That's all you got to do. I want you to see how long this is. And I don't think you can see it on camera. So it's standing on the floor and it's about 3 feet from the ceiling. So that makes it 6 feet tall, 6 feet long, and it's sitting down. I can touch the ceiling right here. Touch the ceiling but that's not 24 feet. That's not a big tall ceiling, but it's big. And when you stand up, you add that's 16 feet. Now, there are some extension wands you can get on Amazon that will go 24 feet. And you could add that to the wand and you could get some areas. So, and they're not that expensive online, but this will go with your standing 5 foot and reaching up. You could probably go about 20 feet, I would say. So, folks, get the multi-wand with a handle. That is going to get some big cobwebs. And if you need a little help, before you start dusting your house, bring out the leaf blower. Not a super duper leaf blower, but one that can get some stuff going, get some air moving. And you might not be able to dust it right, but you'll get it done. You'll get it done. And you won't. Here's the thing. Housework done incorrectly still blesses your family. I've used my leaf blower to blow dust bunnies out from under the furniture. We have an electric leaf blower too. It is to die for. I think it's made by Steel. Or maybe Black & Decker. But Robert has an electric chainsaw, electric leaf blower, electric hedge trimmer. He's bought them all separately. They all use the same battery. So he has like a battery pack for each one of them. And he keeps them charged, so he's good to go. And it's fun. It's a little leaf blower. It's not big and heavy and you have to wear it on your backpack. Wear it on your back as a backpack. We're down to the last question, everybody. Last question. My husband is a hoarder. What do you suggest? My suggestion is you get rid of your stuff. You get rid of the stuff, the clutter that you have, and try to help him corral his clutter into one area of the house so that you can have a nice looking space for guests, for y'all to rest comfortably in your bedroom. Do not let your bedroom be the hoarding room. Pick a room that he can do whatever he wants to in. Let him have his space. It's his house too. And then as he sees the rest of the house come together, you're going to see a difference in him, because he's going to become calmer and addressing the reasons why he's hoarding, just like the reasons why I can't have macaroni and cheese in my house or Leanne can't have chocolate. Addressing those reasons will help him to understand he doesn't have to hoard anymore. My husband likes to save stuff. Yesterday he worked on my stand that holds my phone. He made it for me out of a piece of mountain laurel. I wrote it in or something. But it's a really hard piece of wood and it's cut at an angle, so my phone sits in there just right for me to see it. But with my new phone case, it wasn't sitting in there properly, and it was trying to jump out of the case if I moved just a little bit. And he had some stock of some brass rods that he could put in and make longer. And because he had that stock, and he used almost all he had, and he had to go to, while I was on the show yesterday, he had to go to town to get some more brass rod stock. So he has a supply of things. It's all organized downstairs. He has little drawers for this, that, and the other thing. And it is a wonderful mecca of being able to find what you need when you need it. He built me basement shelves. We have things on the shelves, which is absolutely wonderful, where I can find things. But, there's medication too. Hoarding is a disorder. And I talked to the head of the state of Tennessee parole officers, and she had a lady, when she did counseling, she had a lady that was a hoarder. And her clutter had taken over her home. She had lost her children. She also had some other addiction issues, because if you got one addiction, you probably got another one. And she used the Fly Lady system to help this precious lady that had lost her children. So we can take care of things if we'll just not have to see the top of the staircase. You get rid of your clutter first and get areas of the home looking pristine and lovely and welcoming and hugging for your family. And he's going to start seeing, my husband has a basement for his stuff. He has his office. I never touch his office. If it needs vacuuming, he vacuums it, because the vacuum stays down there, because I don't have it upstairs. I don't have a place for it upstairs. And it was absolutely, you got to contain it somewhere. Now, our basement, it's an organized area. But is it clean? No. Robert has his shop down there. There's dust on the floor. There's sawdust on the floor. There's dust on everything. Anything I put on my basement shelves, I have to bag in a Ziploc bag or in a garbage bag that I can see through, that's labeled, so that I know where everything is, or it's in a box. And it just works for us. It works for us, because I don't want to have to drag his saw out into the garage to be able to do things. If I need something made, a switch or a new phone stand or whatever, it's all good. It's all good, because he has a place to do it. So your husbands need their own place. Don't take over the whole house so they don't have their own chair, their own table. Robert has a bookshelf in our closet that he keeps his pocket stuff, his little heart, he has a little wooden heart that I made him that he carries with him all the time. He's got all that right there on his shelf as he's getting dressed in the morning. He has a bowl that he keeps his pocket change in. Everybody needs their own place. This is my room. Robert doesn't put anything in this room. He comes in this room and empties the kitty litter or changes the puppy pad, because yesterday Tulip was a good girl. She used the puppy pad while we were at Leanne's for dinner. She was a good girl because we didn't leave the door open for her. So, folks, there's hope for the hoarders in your life. You got to follow the system, and they are going to jump on the bandwagon. They're going to start getting rid of their t-shirts. They're going to start doing lots of things. And there's an Etsy vendor who takes their favorite t-shirts from their favorite schools or favorite concerts they've gone to and turns them into a throw, a little blankie to curl up with on the couch of your favorite t-shirts. What a great Christmas present that is. So, folks, there's hope. There really is. And I heard about it this week. I've heard about it from somebody who used our system to help a client. So just use the system on yourself, and then your husband's going to come along. I've seen it happen hundreds and hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. So if you get a chance, send Benjamin a letter, a card, a get well card. Tell him you're thinking about him, and this will be good. And then just please share our videos. It's I'm staying on go, ready to go get him and take him to his new life. That's what we're going to be doing. It's going to be a new life. And I'm going to put together a Fly Lady cleaning package for the lady that's letting him come and stay at her house. And we'll just have it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I love you all. I will talk to you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have tea time and I forgot to change things around yesterday. So here we go. I'm going to change it around now. Leanne will be on at 1 o'clock. We're doing our hot melt sprint still. People are jumping on the bandwagon, and I am melting before your eyes. And I can't believe it. I still can't believe my face is getting skinny and all the good stuff. I've had to go back to using my wonderful cream my sister Dina got me started on, and it is, I tell you what, if you hadn't bought this stuff, send a message to my brother-in-law and he'll get you taken care of. David Goggins. Somebody mentioned David Goggins. I've already read his book twice, and I gave it to Ben, and he read his book. So we like David Goggins. If you read his book or listen to his book, it has a lot of ugly words in it because he's been in every military service there is except the Coast Guard. So he has a colorful language, but I learned a lot from David Goggins and how he eats and how... I don't know the name of the cream. The cream doesn't have a name on the bottle. You have to ask Jay. So, here we go. See y'all later. Donna's melting too. I'm melting. This is so fun. Join us at savingdinner.com/sprint. You can jump in on the bandwagon right now. Right now. You can jump in on the bandwagon. He's the one that taught me what was wrong with my neck. Because the fascia in my neck needed stretching. Because it was sinking up, like just grabbing me. So I love you all. I will see you at 1 o'clock in just a little over an hour. And we'll be good. So go get something done. Get some water in you and let's get this day started. Because it's Thursday. Let's get some errands run today so that we can have some fun later. You hear me? Let's get some errands run so we can have some fun this weekend. Bye. I can't get it to stop.